Train tracks. What's going on, everybody? Going Yooper here. I hope you all have an amazing day. I want to say happy Easter to each and every one of you out there. Please have a nice, safe Easter. If you're in a climate like I am, then you need to drive very carefully because we got a ton of snow, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know if it's ever going to stop. It's springtime. Nobody told Mother Nature that, hey, it's springtime. But I guess this is springtime in the UP. Matter of fact, last year on April 26th, we got like 6 or 8 inches of snow. So, you know, I'm not too surprised at all. But yeah, it does make for a spooky drive. I've always hated driving in the snow. I'm sure everybody does, really. But yeah, it's spooky to me. It scares me to death. Bruh. But I drive slow anyway. I'm not really one of those speeders. I used to be. Now I drive really slow like an old man. No offense to any of you old men out there watching my videos. Whew. Yeah, but made it to the shop here, so let's get the day started. Alright, so yes, we're here. And it is so snowy outside. I love the way snow looks, but I don't like all the stuff you have to do with it. Cursed snow, but I love it. So let's go check on the snakes and let's see if the incubator is holding at 88 degrees. Gonna keep my fingers crossed. I should always remember to turn the light on before I come in the video because then my camera won't take so long to focus in. So hopefully it's dialed in now. It appears everybody's doing well. My girl, my girl. Hopefully she doesn't give me a bunch of infertile eggs. Or slugs. But anything's possible. I was a young male and it is her first time. And I had a little bit of temperature weirdness going on in the beginning. So let's see. Looking good, 88 degrees, nice and high humidity. Cannot complain. Alright, I think we got it locked in. Awesomeness. Train! Bitey's so mad at me right now. Last night I left the bag with all of his substrate and the cleaning stuff at the house, and I started cleaning them out and I didn't realize it, and I was like, uh-oh buddy, I'm gonna have to keep you on newspaper for the night. And he's looking at me like, what is this crap? So I'm so sorry, man. So sorry, buddy. We'll take care of you today. I brought it with me. So yeah, Bitey McGurkin's a little bit upset with me, and he doesn't get why he's on newspaper. Sorry. You can just tell in his face, he's like, what is this? What'd you do? I was like this all night long in this newspaper. I don't like it at all. I actually have a whole new enclosure that I'm trying to get together for him, but it's kind of running into some issues, so hopefully I can work that out soon. He's a great snake. But somebody asked me recently what I keep my temperatures at, and I said, well, I figure I'll show you. I keep my room temperature at, let me move some stuff out of the way, at around 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees right now. I don't know if you can see it from that angle. I don't know, that's a little better. I keep my room temperature around 80 degrees. It can be anywhere from 79 to 82. It never gets over 82. And I keep my belly heat temperature at 88 degrees. And it usually fluctuates between 88.3 and 88.7. And that's what I keep my breeding females at. The rest of my snakes, I usually keep them around 91 degrees. Usually around 91 degrees, kind of helps with digestion and stuff. So that's what I keep my temperatures at. Hope that answers your question. And the heat source that I use to heat this is actually awesome. This is boiler heat, so that means if my power goes out, I will still always have heat in here, and that's awesome. That's actually why I picked this building. And another cool little bonus is, if you look right down here, and you listen, you can hear a little blow-off valve, which actually helps out a little bit with humidity. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't have to worry if the power goes out. My snakes will still stay warm. Their belly heat might not be working, but the room will still stay a nice toasty 80 to 82 degrees, which is really cool. So yeah, that's my temperatures. That's what I keep it at. It works for me. That's what works best for me. Again, everybody's going to be different. Everybody uses different substrates. So to get that 88 degrees at the belly of your females, you might have to manipulate your thermostats to get it just right. That's why those little heat guns are perfect to have. You know, you can check and see what temperatures are. So not a lot of snake stuff going on, as I did a lot of stuff last night. I worked pretty late last night cleaning everybody up and getting everybody ready. And I also don't want to mess with them because they all recently ate, and I don't want to mess with any of them so that they don't regurgitate their food. Never had that happen since I've been up here in the UP, but it can and does happen, so you shouldn't hold or handle your snakes for a good 24 hours after you feed them. So I do want to tell you something that happened to me yesterday. Sorry about the squeaky chair. I live out in the middle of nowhere, as you all probably know by now, or can tell by the videos and drive-in and stuff like that. Last week I was driving by an older gentleman on the front of his property, and he was trying to get a log into the back of his pickup truck, so I pulled over and helped him put it in there. While I was doing that, he was real thankful. This is an old school guy too. I mean, he's a pretty older gentleman. I hope he's not watching my videos, no offense. I'm sure he's not, but just in case. But he started to tell me how his son is moving up here from, I think he said Arizona. Yeah, it was Arizona. And that he was going to be taking over the farm. And I kind of got the impression that his son didn't really want to move from Arizona to there, but it's just like the family farm. It's been in their family for quite a few generations. And he had some work that he wanted to kind of get done for his daughter-in-law and his grandchildren that are coming up, and he wanted to kind of make the place a little bit nicer or whatever. And he asked if I had a job, and I said, well, yes, I actually have a snake, little breeding facility up in town. And he said, oh, I heard about that, and you got 20-foot snakes in there, that's crazy. And I was like, well, I don't have 20-foot snakes. I actually breed ball pythons, and, my biggest snake in the ball pythons is about 5.5 foot. And he says, oh, I was told you had anacondas and big giant snakes. And I said, no, I don't. I go, but, that's how it goes. The story trickles down by the time it reaches outside of, the town area. You got a bunch of snakes and venomous snakes and all this other stuff. So, that's the way things go. So I explained to him that I didn't have those and what kind of snakes I had and stuff. And, he's like, oh, well, because I really could use my hand here. And I said, well, I don't really have a whole lot of time myself, but I do have, a bunch of boys, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to, come over and help you. And he seemed like he didn't like that idea. He didn't really want younger people there. I could tell he didn't really like how the youth of today is going. So I was like, all right, well, I said, if I have some free time, I'll stop by and try and do a few things here and there. And yesterday I decided that since my wife was going out to dinner, that I would go ahead and stop over there and try and do a couple things for him. So I stopped by there. He answered the door, and he was kind of taken back, and, what are you doing here? And I explained, oh, I was the gentleman that helped you the other day with the log in the back of the truck, and you said you had some stuff you wanted done, and I actually have a little bit of free time, so if you want, I can do a few of those things for you. And he was like, oh, yeah, well, I want to hang a porch swing, like those swings like two people can sit on, you put on the porch. He goes, I want to hang that up for my daughter-in-law, she really like that. And I got to put a little fence around the little side garden he had. And I said, well, I'll do whatever I can today. I'll try and make some more time and come back. And he said, oh, that'll be fine. I'll give you a hand. And so he wanted to put the swing on the screw hooks, but the ones he had were kind of flimsy and small. And I was like, well, can we put a bolt through there and bolt it up so it'll go straight through and just be more secure? And he's like, yeah, we can do that. So, I just got finished hanging the swing, got done with it, and a pickup truck came on the back part of his property and drove out back by his barn. His barn was probably like a good 100 yards away from where we were. And he goes, oh, is that your son? I go, no, my son drives a little tiny car. And he's like, yeah, he goes, are you sure? Is his friends or something? Is he with his friends? His friends have a truck? I'm like, not that I know of. They don't even know where you live. I never told them what place was yours. And it seemed like he didn't believe me, and he started telling me how he goes, oh, I've been having things come up missing, I'm going to call the cops, and I was like, okay, it was kind of weird. And he was trying to he had a flip phone, and he was complaining about that, about how, oh, my son made me get this flip phone and stuff, because, you know, in case I'm not at home and he can get in touch with me and this and that, and it don't work, and I don't get signal either. So you wanted to use my phone, and I get crappy signal. Like right now, if you tried to call me here at the shop, my phone probably wouldn't ring. It's really bad signal up here. There's like no towers around. So he couldn't get on his phone, couldn't get on my phone. I said, well, I'll walk out there and find out what's going on if you want. And he still kind of seemed like he thought it was somebody that I knew, like it was a friend of mine that I was distracting him by doing this work while my friends come and rob whatever's in his barn. I mean, it wasn't the case, but that's kind of how I felt about it. So I was like, I'll go check it out. So I started heading towards the barn, and when I got about 50 yards away from it, I seen a young guy kind of poke his head out the front of the barn. They pulled around back, and a young guy kind of poked his head out around the barn, and I was close enough to hear him say, they're coming, they're coming. And I was like, all right, something's weird here. And I always have my firearm on me at all times. Not that I pulled it out or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would only pull that out if I was going to use it, and I would have to be in a position where I felt like my life was in danger. And I hope to never have to use it. But I had it on me, so I wasn't super worried, and I was still heading towards the barn. And when I swung up the front door, I seen them run out the back part of the barn, and I heard the truck start up. So I ran around the outside of the barn instead of cutting straight through because I couldn't see. I didn't know, maybe they had something, a firearm or gun or something, so I wasn't sure. So I ran around the other side of the barn to try and kind of block them in. And they both were in the truck at this time. I heard the truck start up, and they started peeling tires like right towards me. No joke. I literally jumped out of the way. I mean, I had enough time and stuff, but still, if I would have stood there, a couple seconds longer, they would have ran me down. So I jumped out of the way. And they kind of swerved out so that they kind of dodged me, but they swerved out too far, and they fell into, not a retention pond, irrigation ditch, and literally just got stuck there. And I went running up from behind the truck, and I look in the back of the pickup truck, and it was filled with bullcrap, just like this story. Sorry, everybody. April Fools on every one of you. I know you fell for it, and if you didn't, good for you. So please don't dislike this video. I was just having a little bit of fun. Last year I did a video similar to this, and I swear I got everybody. Matter of fact, sorry, you guys are going to hate me. A friend of mine actually goes, man, I think I've heard you tell this story before, and I still fell for it. So that was pretty funny. So this was a different one than last year. If you haven't seen last year's, I will put a link below. It's pretty funny. Oh man, please don't be mad at me. It's April Fool's. You got to do something, right? All right, let's do a couple shout-outs, and then I'm going to end this vlog. A very short one today. Okay, so I'd like to give a shout-out to Tim Lotman, his channel. New to YouTube. He's only got 32 subscribers. This guy's been a great supporter of Going Yooper. He is on my Facebook. We talk a lot. He's just a real humble, nice person, a great part of the community. Just love this guy. And let's give him a congratulations because he just had his first clutch ever, which is so awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. So go over there, check it out. This is really cool. It's always awesome when you have your first clutch, and that means you're doing things right, man, and it's so awesome to see you growing. Please keep making more videos. I love your stuff. I think you got a great thing going here. So everybody, please go over and subscribe. I will leave the link below. Just a great guy, great family, awesome collection, and I hope to see some really cool stuff from you in the future, Tim. I know you're going to nail it. Okay, so my next shout out is going to go to Josette Taylor. This is an amazing woman, everybody. She is so cool. This lady happens to run the Brian Barczyk fan page on Facebook, and she is awesome, just awesome. She's been making some videos. She loves snakes, and that's just so cool. A great ambassador for the females in this hobby, I will tell you that right now. She has a great soul and a great way about her. So soft-spoken and always willing to help. So please, go over and give her a subscribe. She has 56 subscribers right now. She's just really cool people. And head over to the Brian Barczyk Facebook fan page. I will leave a link below for her channel and that page, and check out what's going on over there. Thank you so much for everything you do, Josette. You're an amazing person, and I'm so glad to call you friend. Alright, so I'm about to close out this video. Not a whole lot of snake stuff going on today. Like I said, I've already kind of completed everything I needed to do. I'm in the rat room right now, and I'm just trying to figure out where and how many racks I can actually put in here. I do plan on building my first rat rack, which I'm going to start out with one and see how that goes, and make sure that's something that I can do and take care of and it works well for me. And if that works well, then I will keep adding some more rat racks in here. I'm pretty excited about that. As you know, I'm not the best carpenter in the world, so hopefully I do a good enough job. But I'm pretty excited. I got to remove a couple of these shelves, and I'm going to keep the top shelf up there because I think it'll be perfect for holding the water buckets if I happen to do the whole watering system with the rats. I'm not sure on that yet. I might go with the water bottles. I'm so afraid that I'm going to drown them out. I've heard some horror stories. So that's still in the planning stages. I'm not sure yet. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you all so much. You know that. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, let you know I upload a video. And again, if you want to go in Yooper t-shirt, 50% of all profits for all shirts that I ever sell will go to the Sam Jeffers Foundation. And the other 50% that is profit will go towards buying more t-shirts to do giveaways and things like that, help with shipping and giveaways and things. That's what I do with that money. All that money goes back into the channel or goes to the Sam Jeffers Foundation. If you're not familiar with the Sam Jeffers Foundation, there is a link below, so make sure you go click it and check it out. That's headed up by John from Pythons R Us. His YouTube channel is also below. An amazing person, and I'm so glad to call him friend. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you all enjoy your day. I love you all. See me bye.